we'll have to acknowledge that. But okay, so welcome to our new early summer practice. And first of all, why do we call it early summer? It's because in our Qigong practice, we have actually an early summer and a late summer. They are associated with two different organ systems. So the early summer does encompass the heart, and the color is red or pink, heart and small intestine, but it also encompasses the pericardium and triple warmer. So those are, as we know, are very important Lao Gong points in the center palm. That the pericardium and triple warmer run right through the midline of the arms and hands. So we're really going to be focusing on our hands and fingers. This is all flowing up to the chest. The heart and pericardium are concerned with protecting the heart and also circulation in the body. But another thing I just want to make sure that the new people know is that we will be referring again to the three dantians, upper dantian, middle dantian, and lower dantian. And a loose translation of dantian is your elixir field. So an elixir field means a source for very important energy in the body. So that's why we really connect. Sometimes I might call them the wisdom center, heart center, vitality center. We also will refer to them sometimes as the three treasures. That's terminology that's used in many lineages of Qigong. They all mean the same thing. They mean these centers of power, energy, emotion, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual energy. Okay, so just want to clarify that so people aren't confused. And also Haola. We do Haola starting and finishing, and somebody finally said, well, what the heck is Haola? And that is really, it is a universal blessing. All is well unconditionally, but it is a mantra that we can use at any time. We can use it when something's going wrong, Haola. We can use it when something is going right, Haola. We can use it we can combine it with Lachi, which we're going to be doing a lot today, where we have the hands and we pull them apart, put them together, and we Hao as we open and La. So the word Haola is a very powerful, energetic magnet word. Okay, so just to let you know all those things. We are going to be doing arm swings. So if you're having spring allergies or getting over the latest round of bugs, be sure you have a tissue. And we will also be, as we discussed a lot over the last few weeks, keeping our tongue on the roof of the mouth a lot. And this is really connecting this microcosmic orbit circuit that flows in and out and around the body. Also, just to point out that a lot of the acupressure points that are involved and connected with these systems are not only in the center of the palm, but also on the sides of the wrist, center of the wrist, and on the corresponding points on the back of the arms. So like when we're doing our knocking on the door of life, we usually knock on the door of life with our fists. Okay, I like to think during the summer I'm knocking on these points with my lower forearm and upper forearm. Okay, so we're hitting those energy points. And so lastly, we knew that in spring we're just coming with this very childlike energy of growth. And now in the summer, we're moving into, in the sense of human years, we're moving into adolescence and early adulthood. So in spring, it was like new beginnings, upward growth. In summer, we are focusing on abundance. Okay. And so summer is a great time to try new things, really stretch yourself in many ways. Also, it's a great time to let loose and enjoy the little pleasures of being a human, and we just want to let ourselves go, be a little creative. Okay, all right, so let's get started. Uh, as we know, with the heart center, also we're always thinking about joy and connection, and so we'll start with just feeling. We're going to be using the ha sound. That's the sound for balancing and calming the heart. And first thing we're going to do, we're going to practice tensing and relaxing the body, because awareness of when we're tense and where we're holding tension is the first step. And we're going to hold and scrunch everything up. And as we release it, we're going to use the ha sound, but kind of like ha, like a forceful sound, like you give when you just are like, don't know what to do, and you just go ha, and you release it all. Okay, so let's have your feet hip width apart, and scrunch up the hands, scrunch up your feet, tighten your knees, lift your shoulders, scrunch up your face, hold your breath, and now let's release it. Drop the shoulders and everything. All right, let's do it again. Tighten up, feet, hands, tuck your tummy in, shoulders, neck, really tense, everything tense, and release it. Notice this feeling of release. Okay, let's do it again. Tighten everything. Really, really make sure every little muscle is just really stressed out, and now release it. Okay. All right, and now let's get into our Qigong ready posture, our signal to our body that we're going to be heading into the 1 inch taller, 5 years younger part of the day. So feet are hip width apart, knees are soft, tailbone slightly tucked under, little space in the armpits. And we're going to be focusing a lot on the sternum bone. So one way to help your posture, if you're like this, is just lift the sternum bone slightly. That makes it much easier to tuck in your chin. It makes it easy for you to have your shoulders down and back. And then it makes it easy for you to feel like the top of your head is being lifted up, and making space in the spine, making space for our internal organs. Okay, so we'll start with our first loosening and relaxing with just good old shaking. Feet are on the ground, knees are soft. We have our little smile on our face. Tongue is resting on the roof of the mouth, and slow nasal breathing in and out through the nose. And just slowly letting all the muscles in your body loosen and relax. So we know that where our mind goes, energy flows. So we're going to connect with our body and just practice sending our mind there and loosing, releasing. Taking your attention to the forehead, the space between the eyebrows just widens out. Relaxing your face, gentle smile. I know a secret smile. Your head is just bobbing gently. Even though your chin is tucked in, you're still loose, imagining your head like a buoy on a calm ocean. Shoulders are bouncing, releasing, relaxing. Let your elbows be out to the sides and loosen. Fingers, wrists, hands, arms. Nice, slow, deep breaths, letting all the muscles of the back relax, loosen. Relaxing, loosening all the muscles down the front of the body. Focusing internally, just imagining, connecting with your internal organs. Feel them loosening, softening, gently vibrating. Noticing your hips, relaxed, soft, your upper legs, knees, lower legs, ankles, feet, and toes. Nice deep breathing and imagining golden light shining down, moving through your body in small steps, cleansing and clearing. Now, the sense organ of the summer is the tongue. So let's make some funny noises with the tongue. Blah, 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 blah. And we're channeling this adolescent energy. So you can get a little cuckoo with this, moving your hands in any way you want. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, time to cut loose, let go, be creative. All right, and now coming to stillness, close your eyes. Noticing your breathing. Noticing the tingling, the energetic flow. And we'll continue with our second, loosening and softening, as well as invigorating arm swings. Your feet are planted on the ground, and as we bring the hands up, they'll be facing the forehead. And then as we bring them down, they'll be facing the back. So here we go. And just imagine, Robert Pink says, imagine you're on a tall swing. Okay, inhale up and let it go. Your spine stays straight. Spine and neck are in one line. Shooting out through the nose. I know it's a lot. Two more. Okay, bring your hands up, pinky sides together, cup your hands in front of your face, and start to circle the palms, sending this powerful energy you've collected into the skin of your face. Breathe in the chi. Imagine your skin plumping up, very healthy. Feel that energy penetrating deeper and deeper into the skull and the brain. And now rotate in the opposite direction. Breathe in the chi through all the pores of your skin. Last time, and fingertips together, elbows up, and slowly settle the energy. and notice. So the arm swings can be a medical Qigong exercise, very, very powerful. And they are part of Robert Ping's Four Golden Wheels. Great thing to do every day if you need to jumpstart your body, your energy. Okay, and now we're going to, since we're working on this theme of abundance, we're going to do a type of breathing called grand opening breathing, where we practice expanding our energy to connect with the whole greater chi field and then bringing that energy back down into the body. So soften your knees and step your feet out shoulder width apart. And we'll just start by letting the hands come out, shift over to the left and bring the hands together, bring them up into a fist, and now open them as you get up, and then gather this energy back and shift back to the center. Now we'll go to the right. So inhale, big grand opening. And then exhale, drawing back to the center. Okay, get really, really big with your gesture. And draw that energy back in. And again. Little pause between the inhale and exhale, calming the nervous system, strengthening, expanding the lungs. And last time to the right. Gathering back to the center and relax. And now we'll move into our three treasures meditation, and we're going to do a slightly shorter version. I heard all of your comments. So let's inhale the hands up slowly, forming a circle just above the head. And remember, modify any way you need to. Rest the arm position, change the arm position anytime you need. Okay, and facing the palms upward. Okay, imagine that your hands are extending high into the sky. Inhale and pay attention to your upper dantian in your forehead area. Expand your upper dantian until it fills the space between your head and your hands. Long, slow breathing as you absorb inspiring heavenly chi into the chi ball. Feel the essence of the sky fuse with your wisdom center. When your wisdom is empowered by heavenly chi, your decisions align with the universe. Continue breathing and absorbing, receiving and fusing with each inhale and exhale. And now slowly let the hands start to float down as if they're moving through something thicker than air, and bring them down to navel height, palms facing towards your abdomen. Imagine that your feet are sinking deep down into the earth like the roots of a tree. Inhale and pay attention to your lower dantian. Exhale and expand your lower dantian until it fills the space between your hands and your abdomen like a glowing ball of light. Inhale and absorb grounding earthly chi into the ball. Feel the essence of the earth fuse with your vitality. When your vitality is empowered by earthly chi, your actions align with the universe. Continue receiving and fusing. And now slowly bring the hands up to chest height. Imagine that your arms are hugging the horizon. Pay attention to your middle dantian. As you exhale, expand your middle dantian until it fills the space between your hands and your chest. Inhale and absorb the kindness and tenderness of all living things around you into the chi ball. Feel the essence of all living things fuse with your heart. When your love is empowered by human chi, your compassion is blessed by the universe. Continue inhaling and absorbing, fusing with each breath. And now slowly move one hand towards your center line, fingers pointing up, and move the other hand near or under your elbow, palm facing up. Inhale and pay attention to your central meridian. Exhale and expand your central meridian up into the sky and down into the earth, like a pillar of bright light. Imagine that your body is inside a pyramid of light. The top of the pyramid extends above your head, and the base of the pyramid reaches into the ground. Inhale and absorb the essence of all three treasures into your central meridian. Feel the essence of all three treasures fuse with your spirit. When your spirit is empowered by the three treasures, your life is aligned with the universe. And now slowly lower your arms down. Relax your arms. Soften your knees. Step the feet together. And place one hand over the other, over the lower dantian. Nourish your chi. And repeating Robert Pang's affirmation, I am in chi. Chi is in me. And just feeling this powerful energy all around you. Okay, release the hands. Shake it out. Shake out your feet. Shake out your hands. Okay, and we're going to do a little digestion of that standing meditation. Standing meditation is common to all lineages of Qigong and one of the most powerful things for strengthening the body, but also for very good sleep and pain relief. Okay, so we'll do a little knocking on the door of life. This is where I'm going to be knocking with the lower part of my hand. So let's soften the knees, step out to shoulder width, and just let the forearms knock back and forth on the bottoms of the rib cage. in the front of the body and the door of life in the back of the body. Make sure your posture is nice and tall. Everything is soft. Hips are soft. Knees are soft. And nice, slow, deep breathing, smiling, working on our happiness. And now let the forearms knock up on the top of the chest, the lung points. This is the easy part. Enjoy it. And then back down to the belt channel and the door of life. Just giving yourself a little lightning flash of vitality with these very powerful acupressure points on the body. And slowly let the arms come to stillness. Soften the knees and step the feet to hip width. Okay, and now we'll move into our awakening vitality part of the class, or erasing blockages. And we're going to start out with an exercise from Master Ming Tong Gu called Chin Chi. And we're going to use the Hao La mantra in a very different way this time. So we're really focusing on opening this sternum bone area that I was talking about. Also, the area between the shoulder blades. So what helps us to hunch over more and more as we get older is these muscles get too short, these muscles get too lax and long. So this is a great one for shaking that up and allowing free flow of energy. All right, so let's, the feet are shoulder width apart, hip width apart. And let's inhale the hands up and we cock the wrists and spread the fingers out wide. Okay, and the movement is we bring the shoulder blades together and then we push, pop the hands down. So together, pop, together, pop, together, pop. Okay, so let's do that together. In, pop, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Okay, now we're going to use the Hao La. We're going to go Hao La. So we're going to make an additional sound quality to this. Hao La, Hao La, Hao La. Head lifted, La. Hao La. Shoulders down, La. Hao La, Hao La. One moment. Okay, we're not doing this. We're not doing up, down. Okay, this could be a very small movement. It's in, out, in, out. Okay, let's do it again. This time, we're going to speed up a little bit. Hao La, Hao La, Hao La, Hao La, Hao La, Hao La. Smiling, La, Hao La, Hao La, Hao La. Hao La, 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 Hao La. Hold it. Slowly bring your elbows towards your rib cage and your palms face forward. I'm going to just do a very slow bringing the hands together. Notice the connection between the hands. And then bringing the hands apart. Elbows stay by the rib cage, really opening that upper chest. Opening the shoulders in the back very gently. And one more, open and close. And relax the hands down and check in with your body. Noticing any sensations, feelings. Just listening to what your body has to say. Okay, great. All right, so now we're going to move into working with the Laogong points and activating them and also in a flow. Okay, so we're starting with a little self acupressure. Take your thumb, pressing into the palm and into the opposite part on the outer part of the hand, just between any of those finger bones, and let's rub. Okay, let your attention be in that center palm point. These are the human gates of the body. And as I mentioned, pericardium meridian runs right through there, and triple warmer on the outer hand. So really pressing down, activating, waking up that point. Nice, slow, deep breathing, and let's go to the other hand. Noticing any difference between the two hands? Okay, and let's tap with the knuckles on that hand. Different kind of vibration, different kind of waking up. And let's switch hands, tapping again. Okay, and now placing the palms together, what I call the fire starter activation, creating some warmth in the hands. And now let's keep doing that and soften your feet, step your feet out wider than shoulder width. And we're going to move into the Laogong flow. Okay, so your knees are soft, tailbone tucked under, really lifting up your head. And now let's just transfer the weight over to that right foot. We're not draping the whole body over the left leg. Just soften. We have the weight on the left, and now that top hand is going to push down. We're going to bend the knees and shift slowly over to the right leg and rub. Feeling the weight on the right leg. Good for your balance, shifting back and forth. Keeping your weight on the entire right foot, not slipping out to the outside or the inside. Okay, and then shift back over. Inhale up. Exhale, shift down. Inhale up. Shifting, so just Laogong flow. Strengthening the legs. Bending down as much as is comfortable for you. Coming back up. Creating pressure against one hand. Pushes with the other hand up. Back to this side and back to the center. And relax your hands down and walk your feet back to shoulder width. Okay, and just notice. Should feel strong, energetic flow in the hands, in the arms. Okay, and we'll move right into expansion breathing from Lee Holden. So your feet are hip width apart, shoulder width apart, and inhale the hands up. And now flex the wrists and make sure you have all your fingers splayed out. Okay, lift up the top of your head. You have your knees are soft, but you have very strong posture. Imagine your energetic arms are reaching all the way out to the horizon on each side of you. Breathe into this expansion. Great strengthening, great opening for the arms, hands, and fingers. Okay, and now let's just bring one ear to that left shoulder. And back to the center, and other ear to the right shoulder. And now rotate the hands so the fingers face towards the back. They were like this. Now they're going like this. And again, let's take the ear to the left shoulder, gently relaxing the neck. Your shoulders are still relaxed down. Back to the center, over to the right. Relaxing, releasing, expanding. Back to the center and slowly relax the hands down. Okay, so static poses can be very, very strengthening to the body. When you relax, that's when the chi rushes back in. So we're going to do the other version of this, eagle claw, and we're going to do it with the hands, fingers together like this. So here we go. Inhale the hands up and fingertips come together. This is probably harder for most people. You can feel how this really activates certain muscles in the hands and arms. And let's inhale. And let's have the ear to the shoulder again. Fingertips are pointing downward. If this is too painful, you can open and close again. And over to the right. I didn't say this was going to be easy. Back to the center. And now let's rotate the fingertips towards the screen. And again, head down to the left. Great neck opening, as well as all the meridian lines of the arms and hands. And over to the right. And back to the center and slowly let the arms float down. And again, check in. Okay. All right. Okay, here we go. And a little shaking out. Shake out the hands, shake out the feet. All right, and now we have the hips, the feet hip width apart, and we're going to do a Dalian flow and bending spines. So in the spring, we did flat back inversions. Okay, that was great for strengthening the kidney meridian and the muscles of the back. So now in the summer, we're really going for getting more expansive, more flexible. So we're going to do our inversion by very slowly with the chin to the chest and our arms by the ears, one vertebra at a time. So it's going to be very slow, just warning you ahead of time, but you will make it more effective if you can go through your mind down each vertebra and allowing just that part of the spine to move over. Okay, so we'll do a whole special thing on this a little later in the season, but for tonight, let's just, let's see where it goes. Okay, so inhale the hands up into, and let them come down into prayer position. Okay, we're going to bend the knees and arms are coming up into goalpost position. So you're really bending down as far as is comfortable for you. Just feeling this stretch to the lower leg. Tuck in your tailbone just a little bit. Okay, come up. Lift your sternum bone towards the ceiling. Arms come out. And inhale, imagine golden light streaming in. Bring that golden light into your heart center. Standing up really tall. Okay, arms come back to the ears. And this is where we start the bending spines. Chin comes to the chest. And your arms are just moving with your head. So we're going to start opening the very upper spine. The way you do this is by tucking in your tummy, tuck in your chest. Let the back of the spine open up. Slowly coming down, letting the weight of your head and arms gently open up the spine. Tuck in the tummy. Okay, when you get to a point that's comfortable for you, relax the arms and palms face the floor. And just gently press down and release. Pressing down, release, Pressing down, release. And now bring your arms back to your ears, soften your knees and curl up. Tuck your tailbone in, and you're slowly unwinding the spine. Lower spine, middle spine, upper spine. Last thing to come up is your head, and hands come down to the chest. Relax your shoulders. Okay, I'm going to do that one more time. Inhale the hands up and bend your knees. Reach your fingertips for the heaven, tailbone slightly tucked under. Open up the hips, the legs. And coming up, lift the sternum bone up, arms come out to the side, letting golden light come in. Bring that golden light into your heart center. And arms come back next to the ears. And we start the rollover again. Arms and head moving together. Think about the top of your spine, one vertebra at a time. Slowly going down, opening, tuck in your torso muscles. Arms and head stay together. And now relax the arms, let the palms face downward. If you want to grab onto your legs to pull, that's fine. Head to the legs. Release. And go to the right side. Release. And to the left side. Release. Arms come back to the ears. Bend your knees. Tuck your tailbone under and start to slowly come up. Lower spine, middle spine, upper spine. And now we do the fun part, dragon's tail. So the hips come back, the arms come forward, and we just fly. We have a little flying, feeling this new aliveness in the spine, waking up. Are we smiling? Okay, one more. And settle the energy. Okay, and now we're going to just tap it out a little bit. That was very intense for the spine. So let's start by tapping the spine in the back, all the way down to the tailbone. Okay, and then we'll tap the front, the sternum bone. Let's do the Hala power chant. Hala. 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 Okay, and then let's go to the left shoulder. So you worked very hard today with your upper body. We're just going to tap it out a little TLC, tapping down the inner arm, up the outer arm. And again, one more time. And tap underneath the collarbone and the other side. And on the shoulders. Down the inner arm. Up the outer arm. And again, good girl, good boy. Okay, and then just settle the energy, gently stroking. And we're going to use the ha sound for pulling down the heavens. Pulling down the heavens is also sometimes known as washing the organs. I'm going to use a nice soft ha sound as we wash the organs. Inhale. Inhale. We're whispering the ha. Again, inhale. And again. And soften the knees, step the feet together, and nourish your chi. Checking in with your body, noticing any sensations and feelings, both familiar and new, comfortable, uncomfortable. Just what your body wants you to know today. Okay, now we'll move into our moving meditation, where we just move and breathe and let all this cleared out energy flow really well in the body. So releasing the hands and softening the feet and stepping out to hip or shoulder width apart. We'll start with a new flow for a lot of you. Some of you, it's not new. Been with me longer. I'd say flow for balancing the heart. Okay, so let's inhale the hands up together. And it's a little complicated. Just follow along. It's called Fair Lady Works the Shuttle. So turn to the left and let your front hand push out and your other hand come up to the side. So from the side view, it looks like this. One hand is pushing out and it looks like one hand is just protecting you. Okay. Then that elbow comes down and we switch sides and the other hand comes up, pushes out, the other hand comes up. Okay, elbow goes towards your fingers and bring it along the center line. This is an easier way to explain. That hand straightens out, other hand comes up. Elbow towards the fingers, clearing the heart center, and pushing to the right. The breathing is inhale, and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And add a ha sound. Ha. Inhale. Ha. Inhale. Do one more to each side. Ha. Inhale. Ha. Back to the center. And float the hands down. And float the hands up for Kuan Yin draws a rainbow. Kuan Yin is the Chinese goddess of compassion. So we bring a rainbow of energy to the sides of the body. So let's soften the knees and inhale, bring your left hand up all the way around. Follow it with your eyes. Scoop that energy up to that side and both hands, palms face down. And switch sides. Inhale. That hand face up and both hands face down. And bring a rainbow of energy. Inhale. Bend the knees, scoop it up. Exhale, settle. Exhale, settle. And continuing. Kuan Yin draws a rainbow. And one more to each side. Grow taller on your inhale. And let the hands float down and inhale, palms face up. Exhale, palms face down, and we'll move into turning the wheel of heaven. Most of you are familiar with this one, and we just imagine that our energetic arms are reaching deep into the earth, up into the sky. So here we go. We're going to go to the left side first. Inhale up. Step to the diagonal and shift onto the front foot. Push the hands down into the earth, all the way up, and turn the wheel of heaven. Shifting, pushing. Fingers deep into the earth, out to the horizon, up to the sky. Smiling and breathing. One more to this side. Staying on that back foot, bringing the front foot in, fingertips come together and step to the right diagonal, push, exhale, inhale, pull. Let your energetic arms grow deep into the earth, out to the horizon, up to the sky. Two more. And bringing the hands up, fingertips together, feet together, and bring the hands into prayer position. At the heart, the thumbs touch the sternum bone. And we'll move into the gratitude flow that we do year round. So just thinking of your personal blessings, anything that is right and good and positive in your life, and how grateful you are for those blessings. And dive the hands down. Inhale, draw up earthly energy. Exhale, turn, circulate that energy. Inhale, gather heavenly energy, palms face downward, and imagine the connection between your lao gong points, your center palm points, and the top of the head. And slowly guide the energy down through the face, chest, torso, down the inner legs, around the feet, up the sides and backs of the legs, to the shoulder blades. Open a chi disc with your fingertips inside the heart, and hands into prayer position and feeling very grateful. And repeating the flow, dive the hands down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Feel the connection. Guide it down. Opening your heart center and feeling very blessed. Prayer position. And on the last repetition, I invite you to think of someone or somewhere, especially in need of your prayer or blessing today. Dive the hands down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Feel the connection and guide it down. Opening the energy of your heart and sending out that prayer, good wish, or blessing where it's most needed today. And now dropping one hand down to the navel, and inhale the other hand up, and just briefly centering the energy, connecting, calming mind, heart, anchoring it in the body. Inhale up and slowly down. And again. And placing both hands over the navel area, clasping the wrist of one hand with the other. Nourish your chi. And repeating Robert Pang's affirmation, I am in chi. Chi is in me. And now making 3 large circles over the abdomen, sealing in the energy into the lower dantian. And reversing the circle. And now I invite you to finish today's class with the opposite of what we usually do. We usually are calming, absorbing. In the summer, we are going to really tap into this powerful, fun La Chi practice. And first we'll be sending energy, opening and receiving to the upper dantian with the mantra Kai, opening, Hu, receiving. Then we'll go to the heart, Kai and Shin. And then we'll go to a fun central meridian, lower dantian, Hao La practice. So we're going to use our imaginations. We're out on a retreat and it's night. We're tired. Maybe we had a glass of wine. We're around the campfire. Everybody's singing, having fun. So we're going to do a little dance around the campfire in our minds. Hao La, Hao La. And I will coach you how to do that. And we'll get faster and faster. And then towards the last part, when I'm going Hao La, Hao La, Hao La, Hao La, we're going to all slow down and stop together. I'll bend forward like this. And then I'll come up and I'll say, hold it. And we're going to hold our breath for just a moment and have our little closing that way. So this is all about waking up our creative, experimental, daring adolescent, wherever it might be, deep down in there. We were all there once. And it's about reconnecting with that kind of energy. Okay, so let's start first of all by raising the hands up and pointing the palms towards your mid-brow point, the upper dantian or wisdom center, and we'll go Kai, expanding, and Hu, collecting. Kai, Hu, Kai, Hu. Expand. Kai, Hu. Receive. Kai, Hu. Kai, Hu. Kai, Hu. Kai, Hu. Two more. Kai, Hu. Kai, Hu. Hold your hands there. Keep your eyes closed. Feel the connection, the openness in your upper dantian. Connection to heavenly energy, to your wisdom, to your brain. And slowly let the hands float down to the heart level. And the chanting is Kai and Shin. Here we go. Kai, Shin. Kai, Shin. Any tone you like. Kai, Shin. Kai, Shin. Kai, Shin. Kai, Shin. Kai, Shin. Two more. Kai, Shin. Kai, Shin. Hold it. Feel the connection. And now slowly let the hands come up, one on top of the other, right over the Baikhui point on top of the head. Your two Lagong points right on top of each other, or if you need to modify, you can have hands here Can have the fingers there, but your attention is from the bipod point all the way down the spine to the tailbone. Here we go. Howla, 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 howla. Best to close your eyes. Howla, 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 howla. Take little breaths anytime you need it. Howla, la, howla, 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 howla. Having fun? Howla, 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 howla. La howla, 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 howla. Howla, 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 howla. La howla, 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 howla. Howla, 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 howla. Howla, 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 howla. Hola, hola, hola. Hola, 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 hola. Get ready. Hola, 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 hola. Now hold it. Take a deep breath in. Take in this pure, sweet breath and exhale. Breathing in this fresh new moment, fresh new energy. Exhaling, feeling the power, the deep balance. Each new inhale full of possibility, full of gentle excitement. Each new exhale, releasing, relaxing. Feel the energetic sensation inside of your shoulders, chest, and spine. Now, keeping your hands on top of each other, let them move gently down your center line, slowly to your lower dantian, your physical vitality center. Place your hands over the lower dantian, relax your shoulders. Smile softly into this strong energetic flow in your entire body, from the top of your head all the way down to your feet. Smile and notice the new openness, sense of aliveness inside every cell of your being. Feel yourself connected to this abundant, nourishing, subtle energy all around you. Feel the inner smile deep inside. Connect with your deep intention for health, harmony, and the highest purpose for your life. May all your energies flow freely. May all your heart's intentions be fulfilled. Releasing the hands and bringing them into prayer position at the heart. Together, we dedicate this healing practice to the highest good of all life, to the masters and teachers who came before us, our fellow practitioners, friends, family, and to ourselves. All is well unconditionally. The healing continues. So be it. Amen. Allah. And when you're ready, starting to move your fingers and toes. And gently opening your eyes when you're ready.